Yo guys, what is up? It's Teach here, coming at you again with another video, and we are on our Dino a Day review series, and we're on a dinosaur that a lot of people don't even use, and that's a shame. Now, let's talk about why. So, the Troodon, duh. Other than being the most frustrating tame for pretty much any leveled player, because you know everyone's had this, where you've walked off into the night, you see those yellow eyes of death, and it used to be the case where like 6 or 7 would just keep you knocked out for like, I don't know, 2-3 hours on the ground, and there's nothing you could do about it. They finally fixed that, so now they just kind of eat your soul and destroy you. But the Troodon are nightmare creatures. Now, they are breedable. They are very, very beneficial in their stat levels, and they are way underused. Let's talk about why. So the Troodon. 2 things. One, its health is mediocre at best, but you can get a little bit of health on it. Stamina's got no value because if you think about it this way, you're not riding it, so there's 0 value in stamina. Weight can be quite helpful, and so can melee damage. Now, movement speed can be useful. It kind of depends on what you want to do with it, but you can get these things to like stupid speeds. So it depends on what you want to level on your individual Troodon. For me, when I do have Troodons, typically what I go about doing is I'll level their health just a little bit to get them enough so it's not like they're just super squishy. I level a ton in the movement speed because having these things like missiles is, well, it's hard to catch them and it's hard to do anything about what I'm about to show you. And then leveling your melee is also really helpful too. So whatever you want to do in that combination is a great combination of things. Now, let's talk about their secret ability. Now, yes, they do have a secret ability that a lot of people don't realize. It's insane. Yeah, they have a little radial wheel. It happened a while ago, actually. So they've got 2 things. One, they function as a scout. Now, there's also one more thing, and I'll kind of show you what that means in a second here, but basically, instead of leveling them normally, that's not what I wanted. I want another Troodon. There, thank you. So you saw how I leveled them normally, right? There's another option that you have where you can, I'm just going to give this guy the experience that he needs, and what you can do is consume level up. Now, when you consume a level up, you can do something that's pretty cool. So you can improve range, recharge rate, okay? Now, what does that even mean, you're probably thinking right now? Now, there's 2 things. One, you can improve the recharge rate, so this thing is just like, it's a radar of justice, if you want to call it that. But it's got some special abilities that a parasaur does not have. And I'll show you what that means in a second here. I'm just going to go ahead and, go through the horrible process of leveling this thing. Excuse me. Now, anyways, with this Troodon, obviously he's super excited to be leveled as much. But when you improve their recharge rate, it makes it so they can scout anything nearby. And it's really awesome. All right, come on, please. We're there now. All right, we're there now. Okay. So the other option to leveling them up is to go ahead and improve their recharge rate and all that kind of stuff in range. Now, 3,000 basically means it's like give or take 25, 30 foundations is about how far of a range they have. So you can increase that by quite a bit with that. But the recharge time, notice how it's 2 seconds recharge time. Whereas this guy over here is 60 seconds. So every 2 seconds, this guy can use his scouting ability. Now, what scouting ability does that mean? So if you go ahead and click on the scout, you have a player's tames, players, traps. Yes, for real, traps, wild creatures, and corpses and caches. Now, all of these things are really nice. If you're in a PvP experience and you lose somebody's body, or you're trying to find somebody that you killed and they fell into the bushes, or you don't know where they are, this corpses and caches thing is amazing. Now, if you're assaulting a base and you're trying to find the next plant species Y or plant species, is it Y? Yeah, it's Y. Then you're going to be able to use this as the traps, and it's really helpful. Let's say you're just looking for the nearest location of the player that's coming near you because your parasaur is getting destroyed. Troodon can hide in a bush, so it's really easy to hide these things. You can literally just click players, and then it'll scout for the nearest within 30 foundations, assuming you don't have it leveled, for players. Now, just to show you what it looks like, wild creatures. Now, it's going to find the nearest wild creature. I just have to figure out where the indicator is. There it is. So you can see it right there. It'll give you a little indicator it's a black wild creature, and the nearest overall creature to it is this jerboa. Now, it will find it every time. Now, obviously, there's a benefit to having a 60-second cooldown because it'd be really overpowered if you could just continue to use it. But if you could use it every 2 seconds, you're going to notice that this guy finds the nearest overall creature to him, which is, I don't know which one. I think it's the Pelagornis, maybe? I missed it on that one. Oh well. But let's go ahead and try it again because I can just do that. So we're going to go and scout. Wild creatures. I'm assuming it's going to be the Pelagornis. Yep, it is. So it'll give me that location of the nearest creature, which is pretty nice, obviously. And it'll kind of just hover there for a little bit. And it'll actually give me 2 because they're the same distance. That's awesome. So because he's got that 2-second recharge timer too, I can look at corpses and caches and we'll see if he doesn't give you that little indicator, that means he didn't find one. So there are no corpses or caches nearby, but I can make one just to show you that it does work. So there's a Pelagornis. We're going to go ahead and do the corpses and caches. And you'll see he gives you a little skull and crossbones, and you're like, yes, I did find that. I'll go ahead and bring him a little closer here. And this little hidden ability is actually really useful. Thank you, Troodons. You act like you are in the wild. Lovely. So anyways, that secret ability is really useful. Now let's talk about what you can really benefit from with these guys. So I want to show you how fast they are. Now, when you increase their speed, they're a different level of stupid fast. Like full sprint with like 200% movement speed, they're going to be right on your tail. So if you have some with high level movement speed, these things will run just about any player down, and you can obviously follow them to follow somebody. So all you got to do is whistle attack my target to whatever player you want. Assuming I can even get an indicator on these Jerboas. Apparently it's impossible. There it goes. So obviously got that indicator on the Jerboa itself because they're super small. But if you can hit that button in order to get the indicator on a Jerboa, you'll be able to just get anything, because you can obviously put that indicator on a player. These things will chase it down and you just chase them. And really they're amazing little hunting dogs, if you want to call them that. They're literally the ultimate scouting team, because let's say someone just bunkers down, you just go ahead and pop out your thing and say, okay, players and tames, where's the nearest one? And it'll show you. So obviously that's pretty awesome. You can, are they like stuck on each other? I guess they are. Oh well. So anyways, they will get stuck sometimes apparently. There they go. Okay. But overall, they are really amazing creatures. A lot of people do not use them because they forget about their special ability, and also that they have that ability to do torpidity, because every time these things bite you, they do torpidity, stamina drain, and damage in general. So that's pretty awesome. The Troodon in general, scary, scary tame. Now they can take on much bigger tames. I'm looking for a Dimorphodon. There we go. Now obviously these are way higher level than this one, but they do a very high damage output. Notice that. And they do it very quickly, so they can shred things pretty quickly. So if a player's running away, they'll shred through that armor pretty fast, no matter who you are. And you'll see that they attack really quickly. So there's the 2, and boom, just shredding it. Now as long as they're following you too, putting them on neutral will increase their ability to kind of defend you as a guard dog kind of situation. But they are awesome tames. So if you haven't tamed yourself some Troodons just to at least see what they're good at, you should, because they're really good at PvP purposes. They're great little guard dogs at hunting things. And if you lose something, obviously that ability to find bodies, caches, all that kind of stuff, really, really useful. Because sometimes you just can't see it. And it's really nice to have that ability to just find whatever you need. So anyways, hopefully this video helps you out. And other than that, teach.